Now, a quick one to begin with social media. A stat not a lot of people know, but it's important to know. 90% of your followers on Facebook are now blocked from seeing your posts from your business page. Questions why? Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook a long time ago made a commitment that they're eventually going to go to a 100% pay-per-click model, where if you want anything you post on your business to be seen, you will pay for it. And they've slowly but surely been heading towards that journey for a long time, and now it's upwards of 90% are blocked when you make a post, which means a couple things. One, if you make posts just to Facebook, you're not doing social media marketing. Matter of fact, for an orthodontic practice, if you're only going to do one, it needs to be Instagram. But more than that is that you are losing opportunities if you only post a couple times a week. This stat shows why you need to post 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day. And there's many reasons from a brand perspective of why. One I showed you earlier is because if you don't, others will. And when I say others, I don't mean orthodontic practices. Other brands that bombard the consumer with information overload that block them from becoming a patient at your practice. And those are the lost opportunities you don't know about because they never call. So it's very hard to put your finger on the lost opportunity because it's not like anyone's actually physically going in and grabbing 5, 6, 7 grand out of your bank account. Now let's look at some common social media mistakes, and then we have plenty of videos for you guys to watch. The first one's not understanding the purpose of social media. And social media is a brand awareness tool. It's simply put a way to be on people's minds all the time, whether they're interested in buying from you or not. Because you guys may make posts for 2 years, and I may follow, I may engage, but that doesn't mean that I'm ready to buy orthodontic treatment. Maybe I have no interest in it, which is why you have to post beyond orthodontics. Because if I have no interest in getting my teeth straightened today, do you think I'm going to click on teeth straightening posts if that's all you do? The answer is no. But if you post some fun stuff, then the answer becomes likely yes. So how do you remain on my mind all the time to where maybe 5 years from now, I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to get my teeth straightened. And I've been following you all this time because you've built a brand. And that's difficult for people to do because today is instant gratification day. That's how a lot of people are. And social media is not intended. Social media is to create that brand. Lack of consistency. We won't go through all these. But lack of consistency. Again, maybe doing it gun-ho for 3 weeks and then dropping off because of the whirlwind of the business. You got to have consistency. Having an employee inside your office handle social media, that's one of the biggest ones. A lot of times doctors think they save money by doing that when actually they've cost themselves millions over the course of their career. Because I always ask the question, the person that's handling your social media, would somebody like myself hire them to run the social media of New Patient Group? Or would they get a job with any other type of company that sells to a consumer? I know sales is a dirty word in healthcare, but all I mean when I say that is proper education. It's all that word really means. It's not a car dealership. And if the answer isn't definitively yes, the question is why did they do it for you? They've got to be consumer data experts to drive your brand when you're dealing with, according to Forbes, people who are hit with 10,000 plus messages on any given day. Template posts, something that it used to work, doesn't work anymore. You can't have cheap templates that 1,000 other clients get. Not one post you receive, another client should receive. It should be 100% unique to you. And this one in red is the biggest one. Not posting enough things about what you do and what you love outside of work. You doing things with your wife or husband and with your kid. Or celebrating birthday with your children. Or maybe you love to cook. The guy you're about to see, he's every once in a while my co-host on the podcast. He's a client of ours and he's become my best friend. And he's taken this to a whole nother level. He has his own cooking show in his YouTube station. And guess what? Every month he gets 3, 5, 10 new patients that guess what? They love to cook. And that's how social media works. People follow you because of your passion, not because of what you do. It's a disconnect. So here's an example. If you saw this online and you're just searching around and you needed to go see a doctor, you think you would use this guy? Let's watch this video and let's take a look at it.
So we are in San Diego and we're about to go on a progressive dinner through the city.
It's climbing.
It is climbing. Yep. We had to save room for the next course, though. Where are we headed?
I don't know. Maybe.
Eddie V's? All right. Eddie V's it is. See you there. Got some halibut, huh?
Yeah. Looks amazing too.
I want to reiterate the point, is that is offering a unique experience, because if I'm searching around on an orthodontic site, or again, any business, forget you're an orthodontist for a second, any business, but especially the way the changing dynamic in the orthodontic profession is, and I come across a practice's YouTube station or social media post, and I see you as a doctor and I see you in that environment, it instantly increases the chances I'm coming to you, because it achieves the trust and liking principle and the reciprocity principle we talked about on the front end, among all kinds of things, halo effect, all other kinds of psychology marketing terms that all the famous institutions are familiar with. It accomplishes that, unlike what your competition's willing to do. And again, does it take getting in the habit of shooting that video? Of course, but it's not professionally done. You whip out your iPhone, you take it, you upload it to YouTube. You post it through social media. All right, now, a good, powerful social media plan. The power of a thumb stopper. Posting across multiple social media outlets. And we're going to talk about what a success plan looks like here momentarily, but just really quickly. Guys, Facebook is not social media marketing. Neither is Instagram. Neither is YouTube. Neither is LinkedIn. Neither is Twitter. Snapchat. It's when they're all done together and tell a story that creates a brand of excellence. That's when you have an actual social media marketing plan. If there's anything you take from today, understand comprehensive approach. Each aspect of the process, from acquisition with a consumer into a patient, new patient phone call, and the list goes on and on. Be unique. Do things that they go, haven't seen that before. All right, I always tell the story, if I was a baseball fan and I owned a baseball store and I wanted you to buy things from me, and I sold baseball cards and memorabilia, things like that. You get the point. And you weren't a baseball fan, or you just weren't interested in baseball at the time. Do you think if I kept bombarding the internet with baseball stuff that you would follow me, engage me, watch my videos, like my posts, and come buy from me? No. Now, of course, you still have to post things about baseball, and I'm making that analogy to orthodontics. So like a Bob Skopak that you saw, his video was beautiful because it's about orthodontics, but that's a video people will watch. That's some engaging stuff. And that's what he's so good at. But if that's all you did, it turns people off. It'd be like if New Patient Group just sat on social media all day long, or sent you emails all day long saying how much we can grow your practice. It's a turnoff. You've got to think outside the box and post that unique content that's not boring. All right, you can't put people to sleep. It's got to be an exciteful journey from digital marketing to convince them to pick up the phone and call you. Now, the power of a thumb stopper. I want you to think about this for just a second. You're scrolling through. When I speak on stage, I always do this thing, and you can't see my fingers right now, but you got your phone, you're scrolling through with your thumbs, and all of a sudden, bam, you're like, what's that? What's this? And you stop. Okay? Then you're like, okay, I got to take a look at this. Now, a thumb stopper, that's what it does. It's something that stands out from what everybody else is putting online. And that's the ticket, because moving teeth, while we all love it, the reality is that's not what people are going online for most of the time when they're searching Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, etc. So how do you stand out among these 10,000 messages people are getting hit with daily? How do you stand out? And you stand out with videos like you just saw from Robert, from Dr. Barton. So critically important, all of those things. Now, each thing you see on the slide there is a 3-hour presentation in itself. But again, just the key is painting that image of shifting the mindset into what a proper digital marketing plan looks like today. And here's what a social media success plan is all about. Again, going back to YouTube, you've got to have fun. In the videos you're going to see after this, all the things you see in green, the videos accomplish it. You've got to have fun. Patient contests are great, guys, but you've got to know your platform. Important, that custom plan of action, you've got to know your platform because Facebook contests work great. LinkedIn, they don't. LinkedIn is a great way to build your professional following, a good way for you guys to partner with GPs that you otherwise may not have contact with to refer you business. LinkedIn's got a different method to its madness than Facebook, than Instagram. Each one has its different demographic, age brackets, income brackets. So you've got to know and understand what to post and when to post it. And all these things going into growing your business while eliminating the need to spend money on pay-per-click. For those of you who spend money on pay-per-click, and like I said, I'm so grateful because my passion in life, I truly believe everybody can achieve prosperity. And prosperity, that word means something different to everybody. There's a podcast we did about that. And I say that is that I wholeheartedly, sincerely care about the people I help. And I've helped businesses all over the world with this 3-step program. And what we're talking about today, I cannot tell you how much it eliminates your pay-per-click advertising if you're a doctor that spends it. If you have to spend it, there's a reason why you have to spend it. It's because those 3 steps, management, employee training, and digital marketing, there's holes. It's not being done at the level it otherwise could. And it's not a criticism. I think we all probably aren't at the level we otherwise could be. But if you do these things, the amount you're going to grow and reduce your advertising at the same time is astronomical. We see it every day. Build trust, doctor involvement, call to actions, employee involvement, all the things. And you've got to post. You don't have to post daily to YouTube, but consistently, like we talked about, 1 or 2 a week. And if you're asking for video testimonials, you're going to get 15 or 20 of them a week. That's the beauty of it. Google Places, which is an outdated one. It's a different story than what it was even a couple months ago. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Snapchat. Got to post daily to those things, if not multiple times a day, via ongoing customized content that is actually easy to create, but hard to get in the habit of doing it. Now let's take a look at some videos here of some people having fun, all right? These don't have, or at least most of them don't have sound on it. But this is an example of a practice, and this is our internal experience that we installed in this practice too. It's like, okay, when a patient's getting out of treatment, come on, let's celebrate, guys. Let's make it a big deal. And let's get out the phone. Let's jump up and down and play some music. And this is how you easily get content. This one coming up I love, you got the dad and the parents there videoing their kid. I mean, you don't think they're going to go and post that on their own social media platforms, which is a whole presentation in itself, is how do you not only get content, but how do you get them to post it on their own? Forget yours. That's great. But if Johnny, the 12-year-old or 15-year-old in there, gets a video and he posts it on his own platforms, whoa, that's way better than yours. Now, the key is to do both. That's when you really have it. And there's simple tactics. There's simple methods to do it. 1, you just got to ask. 2, you get him to do it with his phone and have him send it to you. The power of asking is incredible. You know, I don't think anyone's going to run in there going, hey, guys, can I please let me give you a video testimonial, please? I mean, the reality is they're just not going to do it. But if you ask, they will. The challenge is asking. Their daily whirlwind of being busy, et cetera, is how do you just make time to slow down and do the things that are just a necessity for future success? Again, if you don't do it, are you going to go out of business? Probably not. But these are the ways to really enhance that experience, and through doing that, growing. That's the beauty part of this. Now let's go and see a couple more here. That's the unique thing about it, is this is a new patient experience. Because who are you going to go see? Remember, the consumer doesn't have clinical expertise. They don't understand all the behind the scenes work that goes into it. So on the front end, this is what they know. This builds the trust. She has almost over 11,000 likes just on that alone. And all this stuff, her kissing her patients, her kids, all of this stuff. Having fun with her patients. Who are you choosing if you're shopping around? Or forget who are you choosing. Who are you paying attention to? Because again, remember, just because I'm liking this stuff and I'm engaged with this stuff, it doesn't mean that I'm ready to get my teeth moved. That's the ticket to a fabulous digital presence. And what the Starbucks, the Walt Disneys, the famous brands, what they get is the fact that every single time someone sees their name, they win. They win. But it doesn't necessarily correlate to the bottom line. And that's the disconnect between what we call the top 1% on our podcast. I talk about what the top 1% does in business versus the 99. And the top 1%ers all do it basically the exact same way. It's the opposite of everybody else. This is another example. This girl having some fun. This kid to give a little having some fun discussion about that last video you saw. That's actually, my kid, he's actually just turning 4. The reason why I have that video in here is to prove a point. If you don't buy into the statistics, you can buy into this. So that was about 2 years ago. My wife, I don't even know where they were. They walk in somewhere and the music's going and he gets jiggy with it. He just starts going, dancing, blah, blah, blah. She gets video. We post that on New Patient Group because one of the things you'll see is we have our ongoing, like we just posted something, my adventures in Manhattan. So that was me with a couple of our doctors, eating dinner together, having some fun. And our clients love that stuff because they get to see the personal side of me and the company. No different than what we teach. And that video to this day has more likes, shares, and follows on Facebook and LinkedIn than any other video we've ever posted about what actually we do. And that's the point. If that's your kid, that absolutely should be a part of your business social media plan. 100%, because it humanizes the doctor. Remember, you guys are at a different level. You're an authoritative figure. So what a lot of doctors think is that helps you close people. In reality, it's the opposite. The more you get down on the consumer level, that's what helps you close people. That's what gets them to pick up the phone. If they fall in love with you and like your personalities and stuff, man, you won't believe the engagement you can get from social media, but it does take some work. Those videos and those photos don't produce themselves. And the difference between the top 1% and the 99%, the top 1%, who's as busy, if not busier than everybody, they never say they're too busy. That's actually a phrase that I don't allow in my company. Employees aren't allowed to say it because it's translation for I don't care enough to find out a way to make time. There's always time to do it. You just have to learn when to make that time. So with our digital marketing program, but I don't care if it's ours or somebody else's. The point of this is just to change the mindset. Is that if you put all of this attention and effort into creating a unique digital presence that will increase your incoming call volume, don't you think it makes sense to have the highest trained receptionist to pick up on that patient journey of excellence that you're trying to create? And in order to convert at the highest levels to maximize your digital marketing presence. And we actually have a phone training website that we've created for you guys, npgphonetraining.com. Because we're such heavy believers in this that all of our digital marketing stuff comes with our 60 video and 6 script receptionist course. We give that to people who do digital marketing with us because of how much we believe in you've got to convert via every step of the operation. But whoever you use, this is just to paint the image in your mind that you have got to be training your receptionists. They can't be answering phone calls for you unless they're 5-star customer service trained, overcoming objections, handling complaints. The list goes on, taking control, building value. And something I want to give you guys is it's a pop-up that comes up right now on our homepage on either one of those websites you see at the top. Just enter in the ask for information, and we're going to send you a free report on the 3 strategies to accomplish in every new patient call. It's also going to come with a script that can go by your phones, and it also comes with a mini video course. So basically, we take that receptionist course, we're going to give it to you for free. And it will help you convert. But more importantly, it's going to help you convert because the patient experience will be unique because your receptionist will be talking in a way that the other receptionist that they called won't. And our goal with everything we do, from digital marketing to the phone call to everything else, is get that patient prepared to buy before they enter your doors. That's the key, is they need to show up ready to buy because of the uniqueness that you've offered. There's a lot of free info. I'm a big believer, because I talked about just my passion. Do we want to grow as a company? Sure, everybody does. But our passion, my passion, is simply helping as many millions of people across the globe grow their business. I love it. I love seeing other people grow more than I love my own growing. And this podcast is dedicated to it. It's a lot of free information we give. It's just a New Patient Group podcast, iTunes, Apple Play, things like that. All of this mindset stuff, from digital marketing to how to run the business, get the most out of employees, is what we talk about on there. And I have guests a lot, but it's also mostly just a radio program with me on there. And I think you guys will get a lot out of it. And it's a lot of information you can take back to your practice that's going to help you. And that's why we do it.